All right, so let's practice some more problems for linear system equations here. So we got this problem here. Elias purchased rectangular and square patio blocks to build a patio. He paid $2 for each square block and $3 for each rectangular block. The total cost was $350 and he bought 150 blocks in all. How many square blocks and how many rectangular blocks did Elias purchase? So, well, we have he paid $2 for each square block here. So we have a square block, and he paid $3 for each rectangular block. Well, we don't know how many blocks for both for square and rectangular. So we don't know how many exactly that he purchased. So let's name S to make it easy for us. Let's name S. So get S will represent the number of square blocks of square blocks, right? And let's name R will represent the number of rectangular blocks, right? So we know that he paid $2 for each square block. So it's going to be $2 for each square block and $3 for each rectangular block. The total cost was $350, right? So if he paid like $2 for each square block, which is S represent the number of square blocks. We don't know how many square blocks, and he paid $3 for each rectangular blocks. The total will be $350. So it's going to be like, so $2 and $3 for each rectangular. So total will be, let me just, this one here. All right, so it's going to be like $2 here and $3 for each rectangular blocks, and the total is going to be 350 rectangular blocks, right? And he bought like 150, right? 150 blocks in all, right? So the total between the number of square blocks and rectangular blocks will be 150. We don't know exactly how many square blocks or rectangular, but we know the total is going to be 50. So S, which is represented by the number of square blocks, plus R, which is represented by the number of rectangular blocks, will be 150. And the question is, how many square blocks and how many rectangular blocks did Elias purchase? So in other words, we have a system of linear equations represented by two equations here. We got equation number 1 and we got equation number 2, and we just need to solve for S and R, right? So clearly we can see the equation. Let me remove the sign of dollar here, so we can just like work in our equations here. And clearly I can see I have two equations here. So I got two equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2. Now, well, to solve this equation, this system equation, we have the system equations, we have too many choices here. So we can use elimination method, or we can use like substitution method. Let's try with elimination here. I mean, we can eliminate either S or R, right? And if I multiply by -2 here on the second equation, right? So I will definitely get -2s, which is going to be the opposite of 2s in the first equation, so I can eliminate s, right? So let's do this one here. Let's rewrite number 2, equation number 2 here. So it's going to be so -2. So -2 times s is going to be -2s, right? -2 times r, that will be -2r, equals -300, right? -300. That's equation number 2. Let me just write it here again, right? So let me write equation number 1 first. Let me write equation number 1. So equation number 1, I will have 2s plus 3r equals 350. And for the equation number 2, will become like -2 times s, that would be -2s, minus negative 2 times r will be negative 2r. And 150 times negative 2, that will be negative 300. That will be negative 300, right? So if I add both equations here, right, I can cancel 2s with negative 2s, and 3r minus 2r will be 1r. So that will be 1r or r, right? And 350 minus 300, that will be 50. Right? Now I got R, which is the number of rectangular blocks. So alias purchased like 50 rectangular blocks. And if I want to get S, well, we know that for the second equation, we know that S plus R is 150, and since R equal, so we got R equals 50, right? So we're just gonna solve for S here. So we're gonna subtract 50 on both sides, and S will be 100, right? So now we just answered the question that Elias purchased like 50 rectangular blocks and 100 square blocks. The total is 150 150 blocks altogether.